That first throw, I think it was their second long throw that they scored from. I mean, I presume you've been preparing for that.
Yeah.
Long throw.
Yeah. It's the only thing we did yesterday on the training pitch, preparing for that. And the meeting today. So that's not the only thing where we prepared them for, because Brentford is also known for very good set pieces, but they are also, in my opinion, known for a fantastic counter attack.
That response by Arne Slot in the 3-2 defeat away at Brentford is more confusing than this tie-dye Salt Rock top. They spent all of yesterday and the day before training the long throw, defending the long throw, and they conceded within 5 minutes from a second phase ball off a long throw. Now, granted, I scouted Michael Coyote from Fiorentina in Football Manager. If you want to watch a live stream of that, I might set that up as well. Let me know in the comments below. But either the training was piss poor, or the players are not capable of bringing it onto the match day, or the opposition's set pieces are just well too drilled, or the players mess up on the day. It's either the players or the training or the coaching, but we literally conceded the exact play that they've trained for 2 days in 5 minutes. Simple as you like, straight down the gullet, 1-0 down, game plan out the window, away. Now, some might say it's that cursed third shirt. We won with Burnley, 1-0, right? With a late penalty from Jeremy Frimpong kicking up, handball, and then Mo Salah scoring it. But we haven't played it well a single time in that third shirt. The Adidas classic third green shirt. So is it the curse of the green shirt? No. It's the players and the tactics. Now, if you joined me in a live match stream, I spelled it out for you in detail. I said the game-winning tactics, how we would contain Brentford, what Brentford are dangerous from, and what you need to be careful of and mark. The second goal, Sade, I drew exactly the run and the build-up play to release Sade for that. And he scored it through Mamardashvili, who could have done better, right? Don't start blaming Mamardashvili, because he's made crucial saves and big saves and huge saves, including one in this match as well. But he's no Alisson Becker. And comparing him to Queeve Kelleher does no one any favours. Mamardashvili is the future in the number 2. For now, Kelleher is not. Kelleher is a Brentford player. Now, I told you the game-winning tactics and strategy, and then I told you exactly what Arne Slot would play with the slow as molasses, fermenting, stinky Japanese natto, which is fermented soybean, slow build-up at the back between the centre-backs and trying to force it through the middle. We don't go out wide early enough, and maybe for good reason, because then we let Kerkez trudge up and down the left. Now, many people in the chat said that Robertson was the right call to start. And I would have agreed. I would have agreed that Robertson, on merit and on form, is probably the right way to go for consistency. And because we had that Jones and Szoboszlai pivot as well, which does so well in Frankfurt. But Frankfurt is a different game with different tactics. They concede a lot of goals and they stay high up. We knew that Kerkez would start. We knew that Milos Kerkez would start because Arne Slot mentioned in the pre-match press conference that Cody Gakpo needs to realise that Kerkez is sometimes the right option when he's making those runs. And the only way you prove that is by playing them both on the pitch at the same time, Milos Kerkez and Cody Gakpo. Unfortunately, Milos Kerkez was atrocious defensively, on the ball, in transition and in decision-making. He scored the goal, which was by a nice shuttled pass by Conor Bradley from the wide right high position, because Mo Salah can't do anything in the wide right high position. He's just so limited. We're going to Salah in the second again. And Ekitike cleverly flicked the ball. I think he completely missed the ball, but he tried to flick the ball. And it made its way through to Kerkez, who finished top corner with the right foot with momentum charging in. But apart from that, Kerkez is lost. But look, give Kerkez a second here. Kerkez is better than Robertson was at 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He's not the finished product. People are comparing an Andy Robertson at 26, 27, 28 years old to Milos Kerkez at 21 years old. Andy Robertson at Hull was nowhere near as good as Milos Kerkez at Bournemouth. Milos Kerkez was in Premier League team of the season. But the tactics are royally screwing Kerkez and the team. And Van Dijk is horrendously off form. And he's prone to giving away these dodgy kickouts and lashouts if he's not elbowing our own players. Now, this is not a hit piece on Van Dijk or Kerkez or Mo Salah. This is reality. Kerkez needs protection. The Robertson-Van Dijk relationship took years to build and became our platform for defensive solidarity, whereas on the right-hand side, Gomez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Konate and Trent Alexander-Arnold were always targeted. Robertson and Van Dijk, or Prime Van Dijk, were a bastion of instability. We don't have that. We're vulnerable on the left. Now, what helped us on the left was Sadio Mane running like a madman. Luis Diaz coming back and defending like his Colombian life depended on it. Gakpo runs back, but he's not effective in the press. He never wins the ball back. He's not great on the transition either. He's not great on the counter-attack. He's a limited player that scores great goals, a lot of goals, and will always be there with poacher's instinct, but he's somewhat limited. The fact that we got rid of Luis Diaz and replaced him with two number 9s, Isak and Kerkez, who can play on the left-hand side, but they don't play on the left-hand side. Slot does not play on the left-hand side. Is worrying. Rio Engamoha has always shown up as a proper winger with a threat going around the outside and on the inside, shooting and passing, game intelligence, pace, trickery. He's got a massively high scorecard in Football Manager, coming up with like 18 rated in dribbling, right? Engamoha would be more effective than Cody Gakpo on certain occasions, and especially on this occasion because Slot may not trust Engamoha to start because of his defensive, positioning or his ability on a press or his wherewithal on a tactical awareness. However, in this current state, Liverpool have one option: outscore the opposition, attack the opposition, because our defence is frail and crap at the moment. And why is defence crap? Arne Slot mentioned it in the post-match press conference. We defend as 11. It is not on the defence, it's on everyone, not just the midfield as well. But the midfield are vacating position. Now, when you've got Kerkez, who likes to fly up and down the wing, right, and not be picked out by Cody Gakpo, and you have Conor Bradley, who likes to fly up and down the wing, which he needs to do because Mo Salah is hopeless unless he gets movement in and around him. And that's not a new thing, by the way. Mo Salah has been hopeless without movement in and around him for many a season. However, Trent playing him early in the inside forward position, and you have Szoboszlai or Henderson or Ox or anyone providing the movement in and around him, Firmino dropping into the space to allow him coming in on diagonal, then Mo Salah's off the ball movement, top tier, getting to the penalty box area, and he gets enough volumes of opportunities to score a bundle of goals because he's a good enough finisher, but he's not a great finisher. I would even put him in the bad finishing category. And that's not a slight because my second favourite player of all time is Roberto Firmino, and in my opinion, he had bad finishing too. But their class was not in their finishing, it was in different areas. And Mo Salah has no pace, can't go around the outside, extremely right-footed, can never play support striker, can never play number 9, cannot play number 10. He's an inside wide right forward, and he needs movement around him. But he's a liability on defensive transition. He can't defend unless he really, really puts his heart into it. He's not finishing well. And that finish, that touch, that takedown, and a right foot finish, that's what I want from him because he has got a right foot, but he's scuffed too many on occasion. Now, Florian Wirtz, people are calling him lightweight for the Premier League, and I can see it. But he's the only one running between the lines, making the off-the-ball runs to demand the ball, to try to create something, to try to attackingly create something. But he can't create anything because the balls to him are so slow. And this is also something in favour of Mo Salah. The balls to Salah are way too slow. Why are we playing tiki-taka? You tickle me, I tickle you. You fancy my little toe, here you go. Van Dijk to Konate, Konate to Van Dijk, Van Dijk to Konate. We barely use the fullbacks in that build-up, by the way. And then we go back to Managerial, we reset, and the opposition reset their position. And now we have to break down a full low block that's been trained for months, if not years. They're like, come on then, bring it on, son. We'll attack you on the counter-attack. Why do players play on the counter-attack? Why do opposition play on the counter-attack against Liverpool? Because Liverpool play tiki-taka between the defenders and Managerial, who's not great with his feet, by the way, until they sit up there, boring, yawning their heads off, waiting for Liverpool to attack. Now, this is not a hate piece, and this is not flame and toxic spew and in spur of the moment. This is well thought out tactical analysis because this is substance in abundance, a channel with substance in abundance. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I still want to hit 15K by the end of the year, then how possible it is. But every subscribe helps. It's free. Please do it. Smash a like as well. And thank you to everyone who joined the live stream, the tactical analysis and build up. And now you understand what I was explaining in terms of why Liverpool needed to attack while the players get used to each other and the patterns of play and the chemistry, and why Arne Slot will not do it. He'll squeeze in Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah in a turgid formation with a slow build-up, force through the middle. The opposition know, even a 5-year-old watching it, right, will know exactly what Liverpool are trying to do and why it's hopeless and it fails. Arne Slot's biggest moment of honesty, and he had to say it, was opposition have a great way of playing against us. Long balls, win the second ball, counter-attacks, and we have no answer for it currently. They have no answer for it. And why is that? That's on Arne Slot's head. Up the shiny one, here's the shiny one, but show your shiny prowess and play a different style. You've seen in Frankfurt, there's a different way to play without Salah. Having Gakpo and Wirtz interchange, right? A front two that's dynamic, going to the whips, dropping in behind. We played the turgid style 4-3-3 that's been an absolute marker for this season, and we got away with it in the opening games of the season. But the result is all that matters. So getting away with the opening game of the season is not a criticism. We won those games. But on a knife edge and a double-edged sword, you lose these games, and now you're in deep doo-doo, losing 4 in the bounce in the Premier League. And you look at the upcoming fixtures, Crystal Palace, which is his absolute Achilles heel, right? Greek mythology, arrow in the heel, into Slot, probably deflecting off his shiny head, but might hit him in the neck instead or something, that kind of thing, because Crystal Palace are a nemesis, and Glasner has Slot figured out, even though Crystal Palace are off form. That might be our saving grace, and hope they rotate in the cup as well. But Ismail Assar always scores against us because it's so obvious where our weakness is, and it's running on the diagonals off Van Dijk and Konate, playing from the wide to the opposite side, and then they're in. Why is that? Because our fullbacks vacate position and our midfield don't defend those channels well enough. We're too forceful going forwards. Why are we still playing 4-2-4 on the transition when we can't defend? Every title-winning team and every successful team starts on defence, and we can't defend, for love nor money currently. Van Dijk is off form. Konate is at 6s and 7s and all at sea because the right back is bombing forward, and Szoboszlai is our only player who's shown the energy and intensity. We've gone from an absolute rabid, wild chaos mantra of Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, the pressing monster, eternal 20, bless Diogo Jota. The PlayStation must be switched off or something because, he deserves well rest. He can't be carrying us all season long, getting those dodgy, jammy goals for us. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Szoboszlai is the only one that can run with intensity. Hugo Ekitike tries, but he's a lone presser in the front there. Mo Salah is useless on the press. Cody Gakpo tries, but he's actually useless on the press as well. Florian Wirtz is trying, but he's not as effective as Dominic Szoboszlai in the press, in the 10 position, and we've lost that. We've lost all the pressing monsters up front in Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota as well. We lost Sadio Mane, who's a pressing monster as well. Szoboszlai in the 10 helped us win last season because he was pressing from the 10 position. We've lost the front press, but then again, the press might be nullified because they go long anyway. But there's a second type of press that we've lost intensity on, and that's the second ball press, preempting where the ball will drop from a long ball and the second ball, and we lose so many second ball duels. The answer to that is Wataru, man, Mountain Endo, the Big E, the Emperor of Mankind. There's a reason why he may not be the most glamorous, but Jurgen Klopp played him because he knows how to defend. He knows how to defend the back four. He knows how to hold the line, bring the offside line up, congest the play, block the patterns of play, block the passing lanes of the opposition, and we're not doing it. It's insane when you've got a quality person who can change the tide and the momentum. He just leaps like a spring salmon dominating the air. He out-jumped like that 8-foot monster from Southampton. He plays the ball simple and he can play the ball through the lines. What is up with this bias against Wataru Endo? I don't get it. On Slot's head be it, because Chiesa and Endo would solve so many problems. You put Chiesa instead of Gakpo or Salah, and even though you still have to carry Salah on his off-the-ball movement, maybe Chiesa's creativity can get Salah in a goal-scoring position, and he's proven he can finish if he actually takes it in the logical way, which is take it down the left foot and shoot it with the right foot, and not force everything on the left foot. Then Chiesa will create for Ekitike, create him and Wirtz together, creative masterpiece. Curtis Jones huffed and puffed at the base of midfield, but look, on his lonesome in a tactical formation that's leaky as a roof with holes in it. What do you expect Jonesy to do? What do you expect Gakpo to do? Cutting his... Gakpo got clearly taken out. I don't know why that wasn't a penalty. I've seen so many of those penalties taken. And on Van Dijk's penalty note as well, right? Extension of the foot, people may say it's outside the box, but the leg naturally tweaks back and bends back at its full perimeter, at the outstretched leg. And when it tweaks back, I think borderline hairline on the edge of the penalty box area, and I can accept it. It may not be the right call, but it's close enough, and it's not going to be overruled by VAR. But wow, Liverpool are in deep doo-doo. We were back against Frankfurt because of the tactics employed by Arne Slot and the team's performance facilitating those tactics. We are now back in mediocrity because we reverted back to form, trying to carry Salah when there's clear disgruntlement in having to do the off-the-ball positional movement for him. And Milos Kerkez was all lost at sea. Mamardashvili, 6s and 7s, could have done better. Shot stopper, but he's not absolute elite as well. And now Triple B Mia has come to save the day. Mia, come Mia. Oida. Gambare Liverpool. Well done. Triple me Mia. Miyazaki, little Mrs. Mia is here to save the day because everyone needs a bit of positivity. Up the Reds. We can still do something this season. We may have thrown away the Premier League already, but we're still in the Champions League. We're still in the Cups for now. Let's win something. Let's do something, because that outlay is clear opportunity Korea. That's so Asian, all right. It's a clear opportunity to win something this season with the talent on board, but Arne Slot's got to get a grip on the situation. Yes, that's right, Mia. You can do it. You can do it, can't you, Mia? Yes? Yes. Arne Slot's got to get a clear grip, show no favoritism, show a lot of pragmatism. This is a clipper. And yes. She's going to clip the players in the ass, pinch them in the ass until they wake up and smell the coffee, because the coffee don't smell good. It's probably a little bit too bitter, right? Like Starbucks original. They need to play to the strength of the players. Form the base. Even if you don't play with Diamond, put the 2 in midfield. Mushroom Boy Ato's here. Hello, Ato. Say hello.
Hello. Ganbare Liverpool.
Now, Ato is ill, and that shows Liverpool's current form at the moment. Liverpool are looking absolute ill at the moment as well. So we need the recovery pill.
Choco.
They need Choco. They need energy. They need to intense up, right? Everyone, shake that Choco. They need to shake it up, and they need the Choco, the energy. Miyazaki man Ichiban, I tell it like it is. Up the Reds. Minasan Ichiban! You guys are the best. Liverpool are far from the best, but look, a season on the brink. Let's get back into form and make sure we win the next 2 games. Come on, Slotty Slot. You're Premier League winner. Don't play turgid football. Too slow as masters. Boot the ball up front and let's give it a go. Play from the front. Trust the players. Trust Wirtz and TK. Drop Salah. There you go. Enough said it. Playing with the kids is better. Jana, try to enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.